but the students around me were really important as well, right? And both in high school and in college, and the people who started Facebook with me, and a lot of people who are still with me running the company today, are people who I met when I was at Harvard, and some of them were my TFs at Harvard, right? And when the professors were off writing papers, these were the people who actually taught me, and then we hung out, and we had like social bonds and academic bonds, and I wouldn't understate the importance of that. And I mean, it's very tied into my whole philosophy and the product that I spent my life building, Facebook, because we just believe that social bonds are critical. And one way that I think about the value that Facebook is filling in the world is that you go through school, and at least when I did, people just focused on academics, like achievement, different areas. And one of the things that no one really ever taught me was like having friends is really valuable. Now, not that I didn't have friends, but like, although the movie,
yes,
like, I could say that. But
that first girlfriend.
But for sure, I don't think anyone is like. It's not like, okay, third grade, we're gonna teach you that like hanging out with people is a very important development, right? And I don't know. I actually think that is, and I think that's part of the reason why sometimes people view Facebook as a waste of time. But I actually think it's this extremely socially valuable utility, and I know that I wouldn't be where I am today without that aspect of my life being as developed as the academic part.
In a world that's changing so quickly, the biggest risk you can take is not taking any risk. And I really think that that's true, right? I mean, a lot of people I think that, whenever it comes to, whenever you get yourself into a position where you have to make some big shift in direction or do something, there are always people are going to point to the downside risks of that decision. And locally, they're maybe right? I mean, for any given decision that you're going to make, there's upside and downside. But in aggregate, if you are stagnant and you don't make those changes, then I think you're guaranteed to fail, right? And not catch up. So to some degree, I think it's really right that over time, the biggest risk that you can take is to not take any risks.
Between sessions, we do that for a number of reasons, including security and including measuring ads to make sure that the ad experiences are the most effective, which of course people can opt out of.
Will Facebook offer to all of its users a blanket opt-in to share their privacy data with any third-party users?
Congresswoman, yes, that's how our platform works. You have to opt in to sign into any app before you use it.
Could somebody call you up and say, I want to see John Kennedy's file?
Absolutely not.
Could you, would you do it? Could you do it?
In theory.
Do you have the right to put my data, a name on my data, and share it with somebody?
I do not believe we have the right to do that.
Do you have the ability?
Senator, the data is in the system.
Do you have the ability?
Technically, I think someone could do that, but that would be a massive breach. So we would never do that.
How do you think about the metaverse? What is it? And what are the steps to make it real?
Yeah, so the way I think about this, I mean, I think you're right. I think the metaverse and Web3 are related concepts, but are also distinct. The metaverse, I think of as an immersive internet, sort of the next chapter of the internet after the mobile internet, the successor, if you will. There's always a platform that comes next, and I think that the metaverse is going to be that. And I think that the defining characteristic of it is that you'll be able to feel like you're present with other people in it. And if you're designing social interactions and kind of platforms for people to interact with each other, which is basically what I spend my life doing, the ability to help people feel present with another person, and all that goes into that, right? It's feeling like you're there, feeling like you can see people's expressions clearly, like you can make eye contact, like you can kind of physically interact, hear where they're coming from, spatial audio, be able to express yourself in 3 dimensions. All of these things that go into a feeling of presence, I just think is going to deliver way better social experiences and a feeling of togetherness than any other technology that we've had before. And we try to kind of simulate that on phones and other screens that we have. We're doing this, and right now, and I can see you on a screen. It's nice. I mean, functionally, I can see your face, so that's nice. But I don't think neither of us is under any illusion that we're we don't feel like we're together. So I just think in the future, whether you're in virtual reality or augmented reality, and maybe we do a version of this conversation in the future where I'm a hologram on the couch next to you, and you can see that through your glasses. Or any of the other platforms that are getting built. I think that's going to be just to unlock a lot of new social experiences. And then on top of that, you're going to be able to do all kinds of new forms of entertainment, new types of hanging out, more physical types of computing, like things around fitness that don't really make sense on mobile phones or computers today. And I think it's going to transform work too, right? Because you'll just be able to walk anywhere you want and snap your fingers and have your perfect workstation up. And then if you want to collaborate with someone, they'll kind of show up as an avatar or a hologram next to you, and you have that too. So that set of things is how I think about the metaverse. And I think you're right that we're certainly investing more than anyone else is in this. There's a lot of science that needs to still get solved. A lot of this isn't just engineering questions around, all right, let's go build stuff over the next few years. They're actually unsolved questions that need to get worked through, and we have kind of hypotheses on how that might work. But for a lot of the hard questions we have, 5, 6, 7 teams, trying to take different bets on it, and we'll see what works. So that's an important part of it, and I do think that will end up being an important contribution to the whole field, and I'm excited that we're doing that.
Well, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
If I'm emailing within WhatsApp, does that ever inform your advertisers?
No, we don't see any of the content in WhatsApp. It's fully encrypted.
Right, but is there some algorithm that spits out some information to your ad platform, and then let's say I'm emailing about Black Panther within WhatsApp? Do I get a Black Panther banner ad?
Senator, Facebook systems do not see the content of messages being transferred over WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking about whether these systems talk to each other without a human being touching it.
Senator, I think the answer to your specific question is if you message someone about Black Panther on WhatsApp, it would not inform any ad.
Okay.
There have been reports that Facebook can track a user's internet browsing activity even after that user has logged off of the Facebook platform. Can you confirm whether or not this is true?
Senator, I want to make sure I get this accurate, so it would probably be better to have my team follow up.
So you don't know?
I know that people use cookies on the internet, and that you can probably correlate activity between